A beautiful Friday afternoon in Southern California. We are beachside at the Ventura County Fairgrounds as X Games finds a new home in 2023 here in Ventura as we get set to hand out our second set of BMX hardware this weekend. It is the return of BMX Street. Hello everyone and welcome inside the booth. My name is Jimmy Coleman, standing alongside Scotty Kramer as always. We've got Kristen Beat out there in the field, and well, when we come to this event, we are chasing history yet again, not to sound like a broken record, but Garrett Reynolds, he's been extremely dominant in the 18 prior times. This has been contested. If he can get another gold medal here today, Scotty, he can surpass Shaun White on the overall X Games gold medal list. It's
insane to think that a BMX rider like Garrett Reynolds is on the verge of making X Games history yet again, but this accomplishment is going to take the cake. I mean, this is absolutely huge, not for just the sport, but for Garrett Reynolds and X Games in general, and I am so excited to see it go down, but it's not going to be easy today. He's got a stacked list of riders, and we're going to be going over all of them shortly.
It's been contested 18 times. There's been 5 different winners. 4 of them are in the lineup here today, and as you mentioned, Scotty, it is not going to come without a fight. How does it work out here today? They get 3 runs. It's the best run that counts, but let's take a look at the list of who is in this competition here today with Garrett. He has to ride second to last. Why? Because Boyd Hilder, he got the win at X Games Japan. He was the last gold medalist in this event at X Games, so he gets to ride last, but you've also got Alex Donachie in the mix here. I mean, there is a laundry list of competitors in here that have a shot at this.
Absolutely, but Boyd Hilder, you know, he's coming off so much momentum in X Games Japan, and this course fits him really well. There's a couple huge gaps that could potentially happen, and I'm sitting here on the edge of my seat. I just can't wait to get into this competition today.
And I also want to mention Chad Curley. He's actually won this thing 2 different times. He's the only rider in the 18 times this has been contested at X Games to have beaten Garrett Reynolds twice. That is the kind of stranglehold that Garrett has had on the competition in the history of this event. You have to go all the way back into 2008, the first time it was contested. That was X Games LA. We'll see how this unfolds over the course of the next hour. We started off with an X Games rookie out of Kennewick, Washington. This is Johnny Rakes getting it started here.
So Johnny Rakes is such a talented technical rider, and when I saw his name on the list for Rincon, I just wanted to be able to see him in this competition because this is where he was really going to thrive. He has so many technical tricks, and he is so consistent, and he's just rapid fire. This is perfect for his style of riding.
Well, I just say rapid fire. I mean, look how many quick hits he's got right away in the first part of this run, the top third.
Oh, look at that. He landed in the X ride, which is like his signature move right there. Bar spin to toothpick hangover.
He's all about these hyper-technical combo moves.
Bar spin to pegs on the down rail. Look at that bar spin to crooked to 180. So Garrett Reynolds is known as being very technical, but Johnny Rakes, that's what he has. That's what he does. He can even take it on far. Oh, look at that. Bar spin to fakie X ride across that and hand cab out.
Popping it backwards. They're coming off of that volcano feature right there. So they're working off of a 100-point scale here. As I mentioned, they're going to get 3 runs. It is your best run that counts. But to come into this, you're a competitor. You're a rookie competitor here. And to put down that run, first rider in, that's big.
Look at that bar spin to Smith to nose 180 into the bank. Like, he did so many different tricks in that run right there. If we get a high score here, I'm not going to be surprised at all. I knew he was going to do really well in this style format of competition.
I mean, he did a grind up that stair set to a bar spin out, and again, look at that last combo there at the end of the run. That was huge for the X Games rookie here. It's a 100-point scale. What is it going to be here for our first competitor in? A 77 flat right there. So he is going to set the bar here. Johnny Rakes, first run in, the 77 flat. We turn our attention now to Colin Verignac here. He was the winner of Real BMX Best Trick that you got the luxury of calling earlier this. Actually, it was last weekend. On Sunday, you got to call that one, and what a monster performance that was.
His trick that won was insane. It was never done before, and I highly suggest all of you go and check it out on YouTube right now. Colin starting things off with a switch 3. Oh no! That's not the way you want to start your run. But I'm glad it happened at the top before his momentum carried right there. but that was just an accident. Somebody put their bike out there. Look at that huge gap to ledge right there. That was insane.
He probably gapped out about 8 to 10 feet on that one, and that's a pretty severe step-down drop as well.
Wow, that was absolutely huge, and look at that. And he pulls it right there, 180 backwards pegs to full cab out. Colin is such a talented rider. He has his ability of going huge, but he also can go technical as well.
Send up something here as he gets into this trick before time.
Oh, no! Wow.
Looked like he dinged the right knee on that one a little bit there, but waving that one to the crowd. I mean, how great is it to have this back out here with fans in the stands?
The energy is just contagious. This course is amazing. These guys are going to be riding at their peak. But this is where things went wrong early. You can see that somebody put their bike out right at the last second. They knocked it out. Somebody wasn't paying attention, and yeah, just that bike showing up there, that was the problem for sure.
Watch this gap out right here. I mean, you don't get the
gap right there. Look at these landing perfectly on the edge. That was so close.
You can't appreciate it from that angle how far he had to traverse out to land on a very narrow ledge.
Yeah, so looking at the backwards pegs, the full cab out, he has so many high points. But this is where things went wrong that were coming right here. So you could see, as he got in this feeble, he's about to rotate around. I want you to watch right here. You're gonna see that where his front wheel hung up on top of this. This is where things went wrong for him. He did the spin, but look at the front wheel got clipped up on top. So I was close. It was right there. But yeah, he got hung up on that thing, and for dragging it for that rotation, I'm just glad he was able to get to his feet and be able to run out of it.
Well, the good news is he's smiling after that one. Like I said, it looked like he dinged his right knee a little bit, but you gave him an awesome on that one. You got a new tool in the booth right here. You get to rank things as we roll through this competition.
I'm glad that they gave me this because I need to express myself more. It's hard behind here.
You got a telestrator. You've got the sliding scale right now. You've got all
very
kinds of things to play with
and
here in the booth.
It's keeping me busy up here, that is for sure.
It's a whole new level of wires to work with up here. Chad Curley, we talked about this gentleman right here. He's one of the former gold medalists in the lineup here. He's won this thing 2 times. He got a gold medal in 2013 in LA and once again in 2018 in Minneapolis, and he's on course.
And this is what he does best right here, these technical lines. Oh, look at that 180 bar spin up and over into that at speed. Beautiful switch spin over there. He's got so much style. And the way he's designed this run so far, it's so diverse. There's so much different hits, and there's a lot of action with a lot of speed as well.
Look at that, just right to another manual line right there. Again, it's a 45-second run right here, coming down to the final third here with just under 15 seconds to go for Chad.
Wow, so this course is favoring Chad's riding style big time.
We missed him at X Games Japan this year. He had a muscle strain in his right glutes and inbury, which took him out of that one. Happy to see him back in the lineup here in Ventura. And there you go. He's put one down.
Yeah, that was a near flawless run. If he would have got that last trip, man, I don't even think this React level could handle what I was about to put down on here. But man, that was really, really good.
I was gonna say, between that, the telestrator, and the sliding scale over here, you got a lot going on.
Absolutely. But
you are in X Games mode, my friend.
Yeah, so look at this right here. That 180 bar spin with speed landing into that. You can see he's got that free coaster, so his bike doesn't have to pedal backwards. Bobbing up here, tires across the sign. Beautiful tail up in there, catching pedals, perfect. And then right here, he landed in this manual, and this is what he needed. If he was going to be able to get in the top of the podium right here, he needed this right here, but his front wheel dropped down at that last second. So that was his only bobble, though. That wasn't too bad at all, but well, man, if he can piece it together, though.
The judges gave him a 69 for that one, so that's going to slide him in second right now, just behind Johnny Rakes. So Johnny Rakes sitting in that top spot still as of right now as we take our first look right here at Alex Donachie. He was a BMX Street gold medalist from X Games Sydney 2018 with a big drop down there.
Yeah,
off that
nice
wall.
switch Smith using the opposite pegs there. Alex has so many technical tricks. I think this course is going to be so good for his riding style, especially this row right here. Oh, look at that to manual. Landing in, can he link it together? Going to the out ledge. Feeble to hard. He just went He just spun all the way around on there. So that was an easy spin. When I was saying hard, he did hard full rotation out of that thing, but that was an easy spin, but there was nothing easy about that. But look at that, doing that toothpick 180 pop over.
Coming down to the final 5 seconds here, getting tech on the rails. What's he gonna cap it off with?
If he can do another tech line right here.
Oh, it's just the bike gets away going up rail on that one. That was shaping up to be an excellent run there for Alex Donachie.
Insane run. I mean, everything about that, just put his signature touch on there. The way he was able to get that one feeble to full spin out of that, that was nearly a 540 out.
Well, we're gonna take another look at slow motion here. This was at the top of the run.
Yeah, so that's a switch Smith, meaning his opposite side pegs that he would normally use. And that's a huge drop right there.
Yeah, that's a big drop to that wedge.
Look at it. Doing the truck driver completely out of that up ledge. But look at this right here. This is my favorite part of his run. Landing in the feeble after that line out of the rail. And nearly a full 540 out of that right there. That's insane. Unbelievable riding.
I mean, that was such a smooth dial technical line right there in the middle of the run. He's going to check into the 70s with a 72.33. So that'll overtake Chad Curley right there, put him in that #2 spot as of right now. So if you're just joining us, this is how it works out here at BMX Street. 9 athletes in the field. They're going to get 3 runs each. How long are those runs? Well, they're 45 seconds. We're working off of a 100-point scale, and it is the best run that counts. And speaking of those judges, talk about some of the things that they're going to be looking for. What are they going to be picking apart here as we go through this competition, Scotty?
Yeah, so when it comes to street riding, difficulty and execution is so crucial because you can see already the lines that these guys are trying to put together when they're linking the rails with the manuals to the other obstacles. That's going to be the most important thing. But originality, flow, all of it comes into play.
We now take our first look at Devin Smiley from Suwanee, Georgia. He is a 4-time street medalist. He owns 2 silver, 2 bronze in this event.
He's got such a great outlook on his riding when it comes to riding street stuff. Links stuff together well, does a lot of fakey stuff, a lot of manual stuff. Nice over switch pegs 180 right there. It's the opposite side pegs that he normally rides.
Coming down to just under 20 seconds.
Oh, beautiful. Popping up there and doing the Sui no-hander straight into it. Pinching the bike with his knees on the seat. Oh, and he survives there. He had popped into like a fakie around that bolt corner up to disaster. Had to step off right there.
Yeah,
though.
right there at the end. X Games 2023, his 10th appearance. He's got bronze from Minneapolis 28 and X Games 2022, silvers from Minneapolis 2017 and Chiba 2022 as we take another look at the run.
Yeah, so here's another rider using that big straight ledge right there, that big like out ledge that drops into that bank. But here's a really cool touch. You know, he hit the back wheel, did like a wally up, and then through the Sui no-hander, hands straight back out of it.
Oh, we made it out in one piece. That's all that matters.
That is right. That's a good way of looking at it.
So a 65.66 for Devin. That'll put him on the outside of the top 3 for now. Slides him into that #4 position. So our X Games rookie, Johnny Reka, still sitting in that top spot for now with a 77 flat. So we get set to bring in Kevin Peraza. He's 3-time X Games gold medalist. Those are coming in park and dirt. Last couple of seasons, we've seen him put his hat in the street ranks. He's a very original and creative rider.
And just look at, as you were saying it, he goes and does that ice pick to 270. Oh, nice line. And look at the speed he carries. So much flow. I mean, he brings that from his park background, but he's one of the best all-around riders in the world. And so far, he is putting it down. He's tricks everywhere. Look at the way he's pumping around the corners, bringing some speed. Nice switch tail whip drop in. Look at that 360 tire bomb. Switch feeble 180.
Coming out of that with a 180 out to Fakey right there. Coming down to the final 10 seconds. Oh,
Look at that.
Off the bench.
The other way, too. Wow. What's he going to end with?
Look at the speed that he's got right now.
Nice wall ride on the tower. And then a flare.
It's such a small transition over that. I was going to talk about the wall ride on the bell tower over there.
Goodness.
He shook that whole thing. I wasn't sure if that thing was going to hold up, and then he comes back and does that again.
I am mind blown right here. Kevin Peraza's run on this course right here, it was like it was built for him. Oh my goodness.
Somebody definitely shook off that dirt elimination performance.
But it wasn't
today.
just the big tricks, though. Look at this technical trick. Switch toothpick hanger into a nose 3 to 360. Insane. Look at this. Switch tail as well, dropping into the bank. From start to finish, Kevin Peraza had a complete run that had everything, a little bit of everything. The big tricks, the technical tricks, the original lines. Landing on that ledge. Switch feeble to 180 out, but that last trick though was unreal. Another technical trick here, nose 180 across it, amazing.
I mean, did you see that structure, the bell tower shake when he tire tapped up onto that? I was hoping we were going to get a look at that right there. What is this going to be here for round number 1 for Kevin Peraza? We're in the 80s, an 87 flat. Kevin Peraza puts himself on the top of the leaderboard.
Oh my goodness. Rightfully deserved. I think Kevin Peraza, at all of his street visits, this course fits him the most, and I think we are going to be seeing him. We could potentially see him walk away on the podium today. I mean, we just saw something magical right there.
It is far from over. This is just round 1, but how about that performance? Here we go with Cologne, Germany's Felix Prangenberg.
Oh my goodness, he just did a fakie nollie full cap off of it. Bar spin to feeble, 270. Full cap off of the. So let's talk about Felix. He is such a technical rider. He has his own style. He's got such a powerful. Look at that. 180 over that, landing on that little bit of area right there and doing the half cap without. Like, as I'm saying this, it's hard to describe his riding style because it's such his own. There's so much tech to it, but he's got so much raw power as well. Beautiful 180 bar spin, backwards crook 180. 540 over the plant right there.
Takes that one down to flat, and that's going to round out the time right there. I mean, that was solid for Felix Prangenberg right there.
I did a YouTube video talking about how this run was going to, or how this course was going to be perfect for these riders. It lets them bring out their best riding, and we are seeing it today. And we're only in run number 1, Jimmy. Look at this. It's crazy. He just did
down to flat.
Yeah, to flat. But he did a nollie full cab off of that. And look at this little bit of area he had to work with. Barely made it over there. His handlebars barely made it over that ledge and was able to get that half cab tailed out. But look at this, 540 to flat, touching the plant with his black back
almost
wheel.
took out the fern right there.
But from start to finish, man, we just saw a full pull from Felix Prangenberg, and that was all huge technical tricks.
He owns 3 medals in this event. They're all silver, and there you go. That'll put him in the number 2 position right there with an 81.33. So nicely done there on the first attempt by Felix Prangenberg. Well, Garrett Reynolds is tied with Shaun White with the most gold medals in X Games history. Let's see what is on his mind as he makes a push to win his 16th gold in this Discover More presented by Pacifico.
My name is Garrett Reynolds. I'm 32 years old and I'm from Toms River, New Jersey.
The greatest of all time at competition street riding.
It's been cool. I've been invited to X Games for like the past 16 years.
He's just so methodical and dialed at what he does.
I've been very fortunate to get 19 medals in all the events, and I have 15 gold medals, which ties me with Shaun White.
Chasing that record for most golds. He's down, but he's not out.
I am lucky to be invited to 2 X Games events this year. Real Street BMX Best Trick Contest. If I can't get a gold there, then I have another opportunity in Ventura at the street contest to try to break that Shaun White record.
Garrett Reynolds chasing history yet again.
If I blow it at 1, I got another opportunity. That's always good.
Garrett Reynolds, the golden boy. And what's so crazy, too, about those 15 gold, 2 of them are in real BMX. The other 13 are all in this event. I mean, in the same event. I mean, Shaun had those spread out between pipe and slope style. There's a skate vert gold medal thrown in there as well. So to do that mostly in one discipline is even more insane to me.
Absolutely, just complete dominance, but everybody knows that he is the best at this. And look at that right there, that manual to switch downside tail using the upper deck. Look at the bar spin, the manual to bar spin in.
To that steep drop down again.
Oh, look at the speed he's bringing. This reminds me of Kevin Peraza's run, this constant action, and the judges loved it. Oh, he just did a hanger to bar across that. Just so slow and just dragging across with that.
Threw those bars around with complete authority in the driver's seat thus far with 10 seconds left to go during his first attempt.
Oh, bar spin to over crank arm. This is a huge run. 180 whip.
Oh, Oh my
and
goodness.
he gets the nose to bar spin. Wow.
I mean, this is a completely different scenario than what we saw the last time with him at X Games Japan back in May, and it came down to the last run for him. Oh, by the way, I'm going to throw this one out there. In addition to all the gold medals we talked about, he's never missed a podium, ever, in his entire X Games career. He's never known anything less than third place.
Consistency is key, but look at this bar spin to Manuel, and he is doing the bar spin challenge.
I didn't even notice you sneak in on the slide meter.
I
Look at you throwing it awesome in there.
I cannot hold myself back.
I'm not faulting you, sir.
But look at this, 180 out of that nose, and there's so much momentum. This was mid-run, bringing that momentum through there. But look at this, he did the toothpick hangover, but look, he's gripping in, sliding all the way across that, and then he's able to like nollie pop off of that, getting that bar spin. And to do this at the end of your run, a 180 tail whip down that force there, just goes to show how talented he is.
Okay, so an 87 flat is the top spot for now, but held on to by Kevin Peraza. So Garrett's going to check in into the 80s with an 82.33. That is not going to be enough to overtake the top spot. That'll wedge him in between Kevin Peraza and Felix Prangenberg for right now. So your top three scores in the 80s, an 87 flat, 82.33, and an 81.33 for now. As we get down to the bottom of the run order here, this gentleman gets to ride last in the run order by virtue of being the winner in the last event, which was X Games Japan. It's Boyd Hilder.
Oh, Jimmy's going for the big gap, start things off.
The bar spin
to tires.
He had to scrub some speed out of that one when he's running out of course over there.
Oh, he just had cap up and over the circle rail. Beautiful Canadian nose press, so much originality. He just hit an over toothpick on the railing there. I'm getting so excited, I can't even handle it.
There's a lot that's happened already, and there's still 20 seconds to go.
Oh man, Boyd is so talented. All around street BMX rider. It doesn't matter, street, dirt, park, everything. And he's got an original touch. Look at that switch feeble, the switch bar spin, curve ball ride, bringing speed. Let's see what he's gonna do here at the end.
Going full speed.
Feeble, pop up. Wow, that was an awesome first run by Boyd. So much technical, just originality on that course today. I mean, it reminds me so much of Kevin Peraza's run.
Yeah, this is only his third appearance. The first time, 2019, he was in Park and Park Best Trick. He was an alternate for Park, and he had 6th in Park Best Trick, and then he shows up in Japan for Street for the first time, walks out with a gold. But look at this, right out of the gate.
Man, bar spin to tires. You can see how skinny that ledge is. Look at this. Got to find that while spinning the handlebars.
I love the follow cam shot. That's Chris Gregson back there with the follow cam, doing that on a skateboard, by the way. He gets some amazing follow cam shots for all of these street and park events.
Yeah, but look at this. Look at that 180 curve wall ride, using that rail right there to direct him coming back the other way.
So
I am so curious to see what this score is going to be.
Yeah, I'm wildly curious as well. Your X Games Japan gold medalist rounding out the order here. Again, we have 3 rounds. We've just completed round number 1 of the 3. So that's only going to be good enough for a 79.33. So that's going to put him in that number 4 position. So after 1 round of runs, it's Kevin Peraza sitting in that top spot. Garrett Reynolds chasing history, sitting in 2nd, and Felix Prangenberg in 3rd. 2 more rounds of runs to go. We'll have more when we come back to X Games 2023.
I think Garrett's going to have a harder time losing this contest than winning it right now. He's just such a consistent rider. If Garrett tries this, watch how fast he's got to go, and then pop it.
Wow! And he gets the win here. The first ever BMX Street at the X Games.
I'll be riding until I can't walk.
Hard to believe that goes all the way back to 2008 X Games LA, but again, the reign of dominance that guy has had on this competition over the years. 13 gold medals overall, throw in 2 gold medals in Real Street BMX as well, and he is chasing history out here today. We've completed 1 round of runs so far. He's sitting in that number 2 spot as of right now, but before we get into round 2, let's check in one more time, or for the first time in our third member of our team, Kristen Beat.
Yeah, 18 BMX starts for Garrett Reynolds. Of those 18 starts, you've taken home 18 medals in this street discipline. Garrett, I know that you're working towards that milestone of 16 gold medals. What is motivating you towards that?
I just work hard because I grew up with a family that was really hard working. I feel blessed to be in this opportunity, and I just don't take it for granted.
We were just discussing how you adapt in these runs after watching your competitors progress through that, watching Boyd and watching Kevin. Do you have an idea in your mind of the adjustments you plan on making?
Yeah, you always try to get, I always play it one safe run down, and you just try to add stuff to that.
Garrett, best of luck.
Yeah, he sits in that number 2 spot for now with an 82.33, and you see the messages coming in from the fans right there. Garrett Reynolds is the GOAT.
There is no denying that.
Yeah, I mean, what else can you say? I mean, an absolute dominant performance. I mean, to have 13 medals in the same discipline over the course of your career, as I said before, that is absolutely insane. By the way, he has the 2nd most BMX medals of all at 21. He's 2 behind Dave Mira at 23. I mean, there's a pile of stats on this guy in his history here at the X Games. As we get set to go back up to the top of the order here and bring back in an X Games rookie, Johnny Rakes. He was in that top spot for a while. He now finds himself in the number 5 position.
Yeah, and I truly believe that Johnny Rakes has an opportunity to walk out of here with a medal today because of his style of riding, especially the way that we're seeing the judges. They're liking seeing so many hits on the course. They want to see you ride everything. They want to see you bring momentum. And look at, he just went for the 360 crank flip going down that, but he just couldn't get his feet back on the pedals.
So if you're just joining us, this is round 2 out of 3. The best possible run score you can get here in BMX Street is 100 points. It is your best run that counts. We just started round number 2 here. So Mr. Rakes is going to have to hold on to that number 5 spot for now and get it done in that 3rd and final run there. But I mean, again, for you to come in as a rookie and to put down the run that he did in that opening round, first out of the gate, you're setting the bar for everything. That was huge. Absolutely huge.
And he's got such a confident riding style, too, with his tricks. And, yeah, I'm really curious to see what he does in run number 3.
We take our second look at Colin Varignac. He had a little bit of a hiccup there at the beginning of the run, at the end of the run, looking to clean that up and jump out from that number 9 spot for now.
So starting things off better. At least he doesn't have to worry about that bike coming out again on this one. That definitely messes up your train of thought. Looks like Colin's sending the gap. Nice gap to tires for him as well.
Look at the speed that he's got as he carves out on that quarter pipe there underneath the bell tower. Oh no, on the step up.
Yeah, going for that 180 tail whip, trying to catch the pedals, being able to get on top of that bike and correct the bike too to get it straight again. But very hard trick, especially bringing that kind of speed.
So it looks like he's waving this off for the last bit of time right there. Just gonna go get reset right there and focus on that 3rd and final run.
My mom, my dad, you guys.
So it's Kevin Peraza, Garrett Reynolds, and Felix Prangenberg, your top 3 from that opening round. 87, 82.33, and 81.33 are top scores as of right now. See Chad Curley in the background there. That is who is due up next. Chad currently sits a couple spots down there. He's in that number 7 spot.
Yeah, so Chad's first run was really good. At the end, he just dropped that manual, and it'll be a game changer for him if he lands it. Nice nollie bar spin into the lower portion of the course. Big truck driver to flat down the double set. That's the speed to the step-up Euro. Nice 540. He's got such a good spin style.
Whoa, bar spin to manual down, into a nose into the bar.
Wow, that was a huge combination right there.
Wow. Way to bookend that combo. Look at the balance coming out, Biggie.
It's non-stop.
What do you do with the last 5 seconds, Scotty?
It's non-stop.
He's got time for one more.
Nice 360 flowing over it.
I can't wait
360. Wow.
to see the replays. Chad Curley, ladies and gentlemen. 7 total X Games medals, 2 gold, 2 silver, 3 bronze. He's got 2 gold in street, a silver, and 2 bronze. He's got a real BMX silver and a real BMX bronze as well. Let's take another look here, Scotty.
Yeah, so this is where you start things off with that nollie bar spin drop in right there, just popping off of the front end. But man, the rest of his run was so crazy. Nice truck driver down the double set. But that one combination he did, that manual combination, that stole the show for sure.
I mean, you are stealthy with that slide. I didn't even see you sneak in another awesome. I look away for 2 seconds and you're over there with the technology.
Yeah, and check this out. To nose, to bar spin, bringing that speed, covering nearly half of the course. I can't handle it.
Yeah.
I'm going to be doing that a lot.
It's awesome, and rightly so. Oh, man, okay, so he had a 69 pre-run, so now that'll give him a 78.66, so that only bumps him up 2 spots. Not going to get him into the medals for right now. However, that gets him from 7th into 5th right there. Wow. I mean, so smooth. Those manual lines, nicely done there by Chad Curley. Here comes Alex Donachie. Alex sits in that number 7 spot as of right now. So you got to get into the 80s if you're going to crack into the medals here.
He has such a great run with so many technical tricks. I'm hoping more of the same. You know, it fell apart at the end with like one final trick. So I was hoping he could get all the way out there again. Nice, switch people up to truck driver.
I mean, that is a lofty stair set to be grinding up right there.
Oh, absolutely. Bringing that momentum over to the out ledge. Oh my goodness, he just upped the ante from the last time. He ended up doing tooth to feeble.
Just adding more technicality here on his 2nd attempt as we come down to 15 seconds.
Nice, switch people, switch bar. I love that toothpick 180 hangover. Oh, beautiful pegs over toothpick.
Time for one more here. James puts it down at the end.
180.
At the buzzer right there.
Wow, full pull for Alex Donachie.
Again, he owns a gold in this event. He got it at X Games Sydney in 2018. He missed X Games 2022 last year with a torn left meniscus.
Yeah, so that's how we started off his run with that huge switch Smith again. Popping down into that small concrete bank. You can see the momentum that just carries. It comes to a stop there, but he's so good at these combinations, grinding up across, locking into the manual on the back wheel, going to tooth to feeble, and then the full spin out of there. That is insane that he can do that off that small ledge. But this was his final trick. Up crank arm grind, landing on the double peg, and doing the hard 180 out. That's when you spin the 180 away from the rail.
So he had a 72.33 the first go around. He's going to crack into the 80s. However, that 80 flat is only going to be good enough to knock on the door of podium contention. That jumps him up into that number 4 spot with one more run to go for him later on. Devin Smiley coming your way next. Devin sits in that number 8 position, looking to shake off that 65.66. Again, 3 runs. Runs are 45 seconds in length. It's a 100-point scale out here today, and he's in for a 2nd attempt.
Devin's got such a smooth style. Everybody in the BMX world just loves watching this guy ride. They can watch him do whatever trick he wants. It's just so enjoyable because of his smooth style. Legs up to manual, dropping into a manual, popping up to pegs to hard 180. Wow, that was a serious combination.
How about that for some bike control skills and some balance?
Oh, similar line to earlier, throwing the hands back off of that tire ride. See, like just how he crossed on that sign, just tapped his back wheel in there. He looks so good at whatever he does on his bike. Oh, that was insane. 180 over, switch backwards pegs.
And that will be time. That will do it for Devin Smiley's 2nd attempt. So that's 65.66 from round 1. Has him in that number 8 spot. It's all in the hands of the judges. Now watch this one. Going up the ledge, into a manual, down the transition.
And he's like a brakeless rider. So, you know, being able to adjust with that momentum, riding up and down that transition like that on the back wheel, oh, it's almost a superpower. But look at this final trick. Look at that 180 over switch backwards pegs, and then he did an inward 180 out, which would be a switch 180.
Okay, so we wait for the score here. Scores in the 80s go down to that number 4 spot for now. Alex Donachie sitting on the outside looking in that number 4 position. Kevin Peraza still sitting in that top spot, who is due up next. So the judges taking their time talking this one over. What do you think they're discussing right there? It is an 81.66, and that's going to be enough to put him into the medals right now. Devin Smiley just overtakes Felix Prangenberg, puts himself in that number 3 spot.
I think I'm going to go and say it. This could be the best street competition we've ever had. We're seeing so much action right now.
Well, everyone is fired up on X Games' new home here in Ventura. Let's hear from Kevin Peraza about his excitement to have fans back in the house in this Discover More presented by Pacifico.
I'm Kevin Peraza. I am 28 years old. I'm from Tucson, Arizona.
Fun is the name of the game when it comes to Kevin Peraza.
So the last few years of X Games have been a little bit different with the pandemic, yet really incredible with everyone and all the level of riding. But I'm looking forward to this new venue in Ventura, California. More crowd, more people, feeding off the energy, which is something I thrive off of.
That smile's just infectious.
One thing that I truly enjoy about riding a new course is just finding things that are not normally ridden.
Pedal grind up and over the roller. He's so creative, he's so talented.
I want to be a highlight, I want to be able to stand out and show my personality through my riding, through the tricks that I decide to do and how I do them. Win or lose, my goal is to always treat people to something different, unique, and my personal flavor to it all.
Another impressive ride for Mr. Kevin Peraza.
So look at that. More messages coming in from the fans. Kevin Peraza coming out with heat like that in round 1-2. Sheesh, you are absolutely right. By the way, I'm going to throw this one out there. He's in the top spot for now. No rider owns a gold medal in street, dirt, and park, by the way. So we could see some more history in the making out here at BMX Street.
Oh, and if there's a rider to do it, it's this guy right here. And he is going to be having fun. Oh, man.
I jinxed him.
I think I did too.
Curse.
I think I did too right there. But
going back to that point I was making, Kevin does have 2 park golds and he owns a dirt gold, so he's in the top spot for now. So if that were to hold up, he would be the first BMX rider to have a street, dirt, and park gold medal to his name.
Look at him, still just cruising around. And we get to see some more variety of them too right now. Because the truth is, once you're in the top, if you get first place on your first run right there, now the pressure's off. Now you get to go experiment with different kind of lines and different kind of tricks. And we're seeing it live right now.
And just, going back to what I said in the first round, just that creativity, just the unique way that he will look at the course, whether it's street, whether it's park. I mean, just watching him at park practice yesterday, he was phenomenal. We'll see him over there tomorrow. And, we saw him earlier today in BMX Dirt Elimination. It didn't work out over there. But, I mean, you want to talk about a bounce back to find yourself in the top spot in round 1. So we'll have to see what happens there when we get into that third and final round. Felix Prangenberg was in the top 3. He now finds himself on the outside looking in the number 4 spot after Devin Smiley overtook that spot. He's in for attempt number 2.
Starting things off similar to what he did in the first run with that nollie full cap. Dabbing a foot right there. So when you dab a foot, the judges are definitely going to be using that against you. We want to see you keep it, the body parts on the bike, not touch the ground to keep yourself upright. Oh, but he just did the 5 cap out of that. That was amazing. So similar to what we were saying about Kevin, even though Kevin had a crash, Felix did put a foot down, but still he could get a high score in this run.
I mean, you've got 45 seconds there. I mean, they're looking for the entirety of what you do in the span of that 45 seconds. I mean, we talked about originality, you talked about difficulty, the tricks, progression, pushing the levels of sport, also use of course as well. They want to see you use everything that the course has to offer feature-wise.
But look how huge this was right here, 180 and then 540 cab off of that short little distance right there. Like, only he has enough bike control to confidently get over that and be able to spin like that.
So that one's going to be a toss-out score for him, that 81.33, so just 1 spot out for now with 1 more chance to jump back in as we get down to the final 2 in the run order here for this round. This gentleman chasing history, we mentioned at the top of the show, finds himself in the number 2 spot as of right now. So we bring back in Garrett Reynolds.
I said in the beginning of this one, it's not going to be easy for him, but he can do this. Oh, man, just getting locked up there. That's such a technical line right there. to do that manual, to switch downside tail whip off of that bank in that little tight area. Like, there's only a few feet right there. So
that'll come down to the third run for him. And if you're thinking like, okay, that's tough. I mean, we've seen Garrett in that position time and time again over the years. And if there's one guy out here that can deliver when it's all on the line and it comes down to that last run, it's that gentleman right there. So this is far from over.
Yeah, there is no doubt about that. I mean, I have full faith in Garrett being able to come back, not only get that trick, but he could definitely get himself on top of the podium and break that record today.
It's almost like he thrives on it from what we've seen out of him in the past. So that'll bring us down to Boyd Hilder right here. He's going to round out the run order here. This is round 2. This is the bottom half of round 2 out of 3. It is the best run that counts out here, BMX Street Final. Before we hand out the medals, why does he get to ride last? Because he was the winner of BMX Street at X Games Japan back in May, and he's in for his second run.
He did it again! And that bars for the tires down that ledge is insane. Oh, I love that handicap, love that full speed. But just look at his run design. Look at the momentum he brings into this run. Over to the back. Oh, it's so scary. That is such a scary trick right there.
We just precariously hang on the edge of that fence.
So Boyd's run reminds me of Kevin Peraza's run with the nonstop action, bringing the momentum, bringing the flow, bringing the energy to his run. But he actually had a little bit of a mess up in his first run. Nice. Feeble to Smith to Barsman across that huge ledge.
You see him claiming that one. He threw the hand up after that one and gave a little wave to the crowd over there in the corral as he rode by. What a run there by Boyd Hilder. By the way, for Japan, he got in off the alternate list. He had to run first in that competition, and he led the entire competition, and it held up for gold back in May.
But just look at this slow-mo right here, doing the bar spin gap, landing on that ledge, and he's already looking for the next obstacle right there.
And just smiling the whole way through it right there. But watch this.
This trick, I mean, I think for me, I love this trick because now I know how hard that trick is. Just to do that on a spine is hard, and to do that on a railing when you have an awning above your head, that's insane. But what a way to end the run with that feeble to Smith to bar spin.
The reaction right there at the end of that run says it all.
No, you were good, bro.
See him and Kevin Peraza there talking it over. What is this going to be? An 86.33. It's not going to overtake the lead. However, it'll put him in that number 2 position. So that'll bump Garrett Reynolds down to that number 3 spot. So 2 rounds of runs are in the books. We have 1 more round to go. It's an all-out fight for gold. We'll see who takes it home when we come back to Ventura.
Watch me go, see me glow, steady.
Welcome back beachside here at the Ventura County Fairgrounds. It is X Games 2023 and the conclusion, the 3rd and final round here of the BMX Street Final. Welcome back inside the booth, everyone. Jimmy Coleman alongside Scotty Kramer. Well, we have a dogfight going on right here. We talked about Garrett at the top of the show. He's chasing that record, trying to make it 16 gold. He sits in that number 3 spot right now. You've got your defending gold medalist from Japan, Boyd Hilder, sitting in that number 2 spot. And Kevin Peraza, he owns a couple of park and a dirt gold. He's never medaled in street. He's sitting in the top spot.
Yeah, we have a new story on our hands.
Yeah.
I mean, if Kevin can get this one, he's going to be the only rider to do street, park, and dirt. That's insane. To win all of those, to get gold medal, that means he would be the most well-rounded competition rider of all time at X Games, which is unbelievable.
Yeah, if this holds up, this would be Boyd's 2nd medal overall. And then as for Garrett, we talked about this earlier, outside of the gold medal chase that's going on right now, trying to surpass Shaun White, he's never known anything less than 3rd place in any event he's entered in an X Games. He's never missed the podium. That streak in of itself is completely amazing as well.
Absolutely. And I've been saying this one, I felt that this course was going to bring the best out of these riders, and you could just feel the energy here. These guys are loving it.
Look at all the Garrett Reynolds love coming in right here. I love that Garrett Reynolds has been dominating hashtag X Games BMX Street since I graduated college. I'm that old, and I love his dedication to his craft. You're not that old. I almost dated myself by saying that right there. So here we go. It's the third and final round. If you're just joining us, this is the last round of runs. Everyone gets one more crack at it here. Working off of a 100-point scale. It is the best run that counts. As we said, it's Peraza, Hilder, and Reynolds. You're 1, 2, 3, but this thing is still up for grabs as we started off for the third and final time with our X Games rookie. It's Johnny Rakes.
Johnny Rakes is so glad to be here at X Games today. Oh, start things off with a huge trick.
You know, just having some issues in run 2 and now run 3, but getting right back up and saying, you know what, I'm going to use all of this time.
Oh, look at that bar spin to backwards switch Smith, 180. Picks up the bar spin, X ride to crank flip aim. Wow. He makes it difficult for me to do my job, I'll just say that.
Oh, it's an innovation that makes, look how fast he whips around, stepping down to flat in front of that red curve.
Yeah, he does so many crank flips in his in all of his riding, and the way he fits it in and out of tricks is insane. I love that one right there, that 180 bars from the backwards X ride.
I mean, for things to go south right out the top of the run and then to come back and salvage the rest of that time, that was pretty impressive right there. And again, I've said it a couple of times, it's worth repeating. To do what he did, being the first guy in your first ever X Games, I mean, he set the bar in round 1.
No doubt about it. Check this out, bar spin, but watch the handlebars. He moves them backwards. His arms are X right now, but he's not done yet. He clicks out of it and then does a crank flip into the quarter pipe.
So that first run score is going to be the best one for him. That's going to leave him down in that number 8 position right there. But again, setting the bar there early in round number 1. That is Colin Verniak right there. He was your winner of Real BMX Best Trick, which took place back in Sunday down in the San Diego area. I urge you to go check out the highlights from that one to see what he put down in that event. But right now, it's all about him in this third and final run here on the street.
Looking smooth and confident on the course, doing that switch down whip. Can he send this gap? He did it again onto the ledge, bringing that speed, channeling back into the volcano. He gets a 180 tail whip this time, landing it smooth as could be. Oh, that was a nice combination. 180 backwards, pegs to 270 out.
Coming down to the final 10 seconds here.
Oh, he's hopping up to manual line. Here we go, bringing some speed. Feeble to 270 in.
Tried to do that at the end of his first run. He gets it done on the third and final run right here. And there's time. Wow, okay.
It was awesome to see Colin get a full pull, bringing so much momentum off of that X Games gold that he just previously got at Rincon.
He's down at the bottom of the pack there, 9th with a 44.66, but hold the phone here as we get set to look at some highlights and await the score here. What happens now, Scotty?
Yeah, so watch this. Switch feeble, he does a 270 in, but look at when he lands, you can see him shakes off his hand.
The two
I don't
medals,
think that was a celebration. I think that was anguish.
He's got that gold from Sunday down there in Real Street Best Trick. He owns a silver in Real BMX. Got that 2018 with his filmer, Christian Regal. Over there, get some congratulations there. A little pat on the back from Chad Curley. So again, he had a 44.66 as his best run. That has him down there in 9th. You need better than an 82.33 to jump into the medals as of right now. Garrett Reynolds sitting in that bronze medal spot. Boyd Hilder in silver with an 86.33. Kevin Peraza holding on in that top spot from his round 1 score at that 87. This one taking a little while to come in right now.
Which is good news usually for the rider. I mean, there's a lot of math being done. They're going over the tricks. They're making sure that they have them all marked down right. They want to give these guys as honest of a score as they can and give them what they deserve.
Happy to get one under my
Yeah, I mean, to sit there and have to take notes and watch this at real-time speed, I mean, those guys definitely have their work cut out for them. And, I mean, they take the time. They have these in-depth discussions to make sure that they get it right.
Boys, yeah. X Games 2023, baby.
And again, I mean, you were there. I was traveling out here, but you got to call that one with Brandon Graham for best trick. I mean, that was It was off the charts from the clips that I saw.
Yeah, it was history making, you know, not only just for X Games, but what these riders did at that spot has never been done before.
Yeah.
So I definitely think you guys should go watch it.
To get to use that location and to throw down that event, that was huge. An 80.66, that'll get him out of 9th. He'll finish 6th place on the day, but again, congratulations to him and his gold medal in Real BMX Best Trick back on Sunday. So here comes Chad Curley for his 3rd and final attempt. He's in that number 8 spot.
Nice 180 backwards crook 180. Technical riding. Just get ready for this. Oh no! Just messing up that rollout right there. Just had that funky lean.
Gets hung up on that one.
The nose wheelie around the back. That was really cool. Another combination. Let's see if we can get this one. Nice. Smith the nose popping in. So he's having fun on this course. And the truth is, all these riders are loving riding this course. If this was a skate park, these guys would be there every single day.
And that'll do it there for Chad Curley. And again, you know, I mean, just the excitement level. I mean, it's been since 2019 that we've had fans back in the building or in the venue. And it's just a completely different feel out here from what we've done over the last couple of years as we take a look at here. Chad's 3rd and final run.
Yeah, so Chad, like I said, technical rider, and it's really difficult to get all those tricks done in your run.
So it's an 87 flat. That's the benchmark from round number 1. That still holds up for the top spot. It's an 82.33 that holds on to the bubble spot for the medals as of right now. Peraza, Hilder, Reynolds still your 1, 2, 3 as we take our final look at Scotland's Alex Donachie.
Alex Donachie starting things off similar to his other runs. No problem with that. Right there, he actually missed the trick that he was going for.
Oh, it just gets hung up early on. So 4 down in the lineup. That'll bring us down to our final 5. 3 of which are in those top 3 spots for now. That leaves Felix Prangenberg and Devin Smiley on the outside looking in. That's a tough break right there for Alex. So 5 riders left to go here. It's not quite over just yet. Garrett Reynolds chasing history, but he finds himself in a bronze medal spot as of right now. Can he get it done and claim that 16th X Games gold? We'll find out when we come back to Ventura. Welcome back, everyone, to X Games 2023 in a brand new home here at the Ventura County Fairgrounds. And for the first time since 2019, fans are back in the house for the summer edition, and they are being treated to quite the performance out here at BMX Street Final. We have completed 2 rounds of runs. We have 5 riders left to go here in the 3rd and final round. Kevin Peraza finds himself in the top spot, followed by Boyd Hilder and Garrett Reynolds sitting in that number 3 position. However, there's still 2 riders left on the outside looking in. You got Devin Smiley and Felix Prangenberg that can still shake up those standings, but this one is not over yet. Here's Scotty Kramer as we get set to bring in Devin Smiley. He was in the top 3 after Boyd Hilder's run number 2. He now finds himself 1 spot out of podium contention, sitting in 4th.
Yeah, and he has the tricks and the lines to be able to put himself back on that podium, but he's got to get him connected right now. Start things off with that manual, cruising in. We're going to talk about it again. Devin Smiley's style is something in BMX that everybody just loves and appreciates right there. Huge bar spin off of that pegs. Bringing momentum to that up ledge. To manual, dropping in with the manual.
Again, down that transition with that manual line, and perfect.
Oh, amazing bike control.
The balance, the technicality there, coming up on the 15-second mark.
Nice no-hander to flat off of that tie ride. See how he just goes by and just pops his back wheel on the side of that sign.
Oh, it just gets hung up there.
So that was one of the tricks that he actually landed in his 2nd run. It looked really cool too, the way he was able to carve around that fakie and go pop up into the top of that bank ramp. But it's very technical. There's a lot of risk and reward when it comes to his riding.
Take another look here in flow motion.
Yeah, but this first trick was awesome. Pegs and then doing the bar spin, popping into it, you know, into that small bank down there. There's really not much to land in, so it's definitely a huge risk to send that one.
So that one's going to be a throw-out score. It is the best run that counts here on this 100-point scale, so he will settle for 4th here with only 4 riders left to go. Kevin Peraza due up next. He sits in that top spot. We talked about it a couple of times. This could be history of a different kind. We keep talking about the chase for 16 gold medals in this event. Kevin Peraza is looking at potential history of his own. He owns 2-part gold medals. He owns a dirt gold medal. No one has ever taken a gold medal in street, dirt, and park. He owns no street medals, period. So to walk out with your first one being a gold, I mean, this could be history of a different story.
But I just love his run right here. Look at the flow, look at the style. And that is because he is an all-around rider. He knows how to ride BMX park. He knows how to ride dirt. He knows how to clearly ride street after this one. Wow, popping around, just bringing so much style and control. Beautiful switch tail up the opposite direction that he learned it.
I mean, just look at how he's linking everything up, and look at how quick the hits come in this run. Just slides out there going across the picnic table feature.
So that was a trick that he got in run number 1. He landed that one. It's a high risk, high reward. The tail whip on the tower. Wow.
I mean, you don't have a lot of room up there. I mean, you can see where the tire mark is in the middle of the triangle right there, but that whole thing in run number 1 just kind of rocked back and forth. I thought he was going to ring the bell on that one, but trying to tail whip out of that.
Oh, that's insane. You know, you can think about what Boyd did, you know, in Japan, and Kevin taking a little version of it of himself right there.
Yeah, we had a rooftop feature in Japan, and Boyd was riding off of that, tail whipped off of that one as well. As we take a look back here at Kevin Peraza's 3rd and final attempt.
Yeah, that nose to 360. He's been doing that in par competition for years, so not surprised at all to be seeing that. But what an amazing day for Kevin Peraza.
Well, he's still in the top spot for now, with 3 riders left to go behind him. 87 flat. That is the high mark here. That was from round number 1, and it is held up throughout this entire competition. On the outside, the last person that can shake up the top 3 for now, or actually overall, this is Felix Prangenberg here. He sits in that number 5 spot with an 81.33. He owns 3 total medals in this event. All 3 of them are silvers. And you can see the fans weighing in saying, Felix Prangenberg, bring the heat. So the next 45 seconds are his.
Oh, I love it. So much momentum coming out of that nollie full cab. Oh, just hard 360 off. Had to put a foot down right there. But I'll talk about it again. I mean, Felix style, it's so, I mean, everybody in BMX, every time he puts a video part out, everybody is rushing to see it because you want to see what he is doing. You want to see what he is bringing to the table because he's got such an original outlook on the sport, such a cool, technical, yet so powerful style. So many amazing tricks in this one now. Nice full cap down over the plant.
Coming up on the final couple of seconds here, and that's going to end it at the foot plant right there. He also owns the gold medal in real BMX. Also a 3-time winner of the simple session as well, 2018, 2019, 2020.
Wow, I love that trick right there. That nollie full cab is so beautiful. It's such an amazing looking trick. But that's just what he does. He is so good at doing his half cap, full cap stuff.
So a 76.33. Here I'm talking to some of the other riders saying, hey, pleasure riding with you. So now we're down to our final two. He finds himself looking at a bronze medal for right now. We've told the tale. He has never missed the podium in his X Games career. If he can jump up and overtake the lead here from Kevin Peraza, he can surpass Shaun White for all-time X Games gold. It comes down to this last run here. Can Garrett Reynolds get it done on the third and final attempt?
Starting things off with Smith. Getting that trick that took him out in the last run.
Oh no, it just loops back out on the bar spin manual right there. Oh my goodness. On the last run, and it's not going to happen there for Garrett Reynolds. The streak continues though. He may not have gotten that 16th gold, but the medal streak continues. Another bronze. He's been on the podium every time he's competed at X Games.
That's 22 medals that he's going to be getting now. Still such an amazing rider. We're such an amazing talent. We've been so lucky to have him in our sport over the years and the way he's pushed BMX.
So we're not through just yet. We have one more rider left to go. Boyd Hilder, he was your gold medalist at BMX Street in Japan back in May. He's sitting in a silver medal spot right now. He's the last man standing between that gentleman right there taking home his first ever street medal, which would just happen to be gold. And if that holds up, it would be the first time a rider at the X Games has taken a street, a park, and a dirt gold medal. But here we go. It all comes down to this last run with Boyd Hilder.
Oh, this is going to be good, Jimmy. Bar spin to tire ride once again.
Look at the speed that he has when he comes down out of that.
Oh, no!
Just slides out right there, and that's going to do it for Boyd Hilder. He's going to get another medal. That'll be his second overall, but Kevin Peraza has made history. Welcome to the gold medal ranks, Kevin Peraza in BMX Street.
What an amazing moment for Kevin Peraza and BMX. I'm so glad his family is here to see it. It's just amazing. It just goes to show. He is now in X Games, the greatest all-around BMX rider. That's insane to think about.
He's still got part coming up tomorrow as well. He was riding in dirt elimination earlier today. He didn't make the 8 cut, but I tell you what, I'm sure that's long forgotten now that he's taken home a street gold medal. He's like, BMX dirt, what? Never mind, I'm taking another gold right now.
Absolutely, he's been so passionate about street riding over the past few years. For him to be invited to the X Games, I know meant a lot to him. To be walking away on top of the podium means the world to him. And he got here because of this, just consistent action the whole way through his run.
And this was his first run. I mean, the first run was good enough to hold up and keep it there. Look at that roof shaking when he goes through the wall ride.
Oh, man. And that flare to top it off, unbelievable.
Oh, my goodness. What an epic performance right there. Kevin Peraza, your street gold medalist. We're going to send it down right now to Kristen Beat with our winner.
your first X Games medal in BMX Street. What inspired the creativity we saw in that run, Kevin?
Just having a good time. This place is so fun to ride. I'm here with my heroes, my best friends. One of my brothers' best friend, Pat Casey, who recently passed away. He told me, do what you love, do it good, you know what to do. Get out there, this is crazy, I can't believe it, you know. Trusting God, having a good time. What more can I ask for? We're out here, beautiful weather, we're in Ventura, let's go!
You're now the first BMX athlete to take a gold in street, park, and dirt. What allowed you the consistency to find that success?
My favorite riders, Garrett Reynolds being one of them, and everyone else on this field. It's BMX freestyle, ride everything, have fun on a curb pipe, some trails. Just ride BMX, yeah, get out there, go ride your bike, have a good time with your friends, and just let it flow.
Guys, this is such a family sport. The competitors, all friends with each other, Jimmy.
Yeah, you know, we talked about that uniqueness, that creativity, and that flow that he has. And I mean, we typically see him in park and dirt, and he just started riding in street events over the last couple of seasons. And for him to walk out with his first ever street medal being a gold, I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah, and it's exactly what you would expect from Kevin Peraza, right? He's just a golden rider when it comes to X Games. He's done it all. I'm so proud of him. He rode amazing today, and he deserved it.
Well, Garrett Reynolds takes home his 22nd medal overall. That's second medal in street for Boyd Hilder, but Kevin Peraza takes street gold.